Hi, my name is Shannon Costello and I'm a registered dietitian with Corporate Fitness Works. Today we're in my home kitchen and we're going to whip up a really quick one-pan frozen gnocchi dinner. This is a really quick and simple dinner you can put together in less than 30 minutes using just a few frozen ingredients. You have the option to add animal protein or keep it vegetarian. You can also add a side salad or some whole grain garlic toast to make this a well-rounded meal with more energy. Gnocchi is typically a rich and dense form of pasta, traditionally made from potatoes, making just a small portion very satisfying. There are a lot of fun varieties of gnocchi in the frozen section of stores these days, and you'll find the traditional potato gnocchi, sweet potato, butternut squash, cauliflower, and even pumpkin. Get adventurous by choosing a vegetable base like these cauliflower gnocchis. It's a fun and easy way to sneak in more vegetables into your day. Also, when looking at the packages, choose one that has minimal ingredients and is low in sodium with no added sugar. The new nutrition label has a specific line for the amount of added sugar per serving. Try to find gnocchi as close to 140 milligrams or less of sodium per serving. That's what's considered a low sodium food item. To kickstart this dinner, just cook the number of desired servings of gnocchi according to the package directions. This cauliflower gnocchi in particular tastes great when it's cooked in a skillet or saute pan with just a tad of water, and then you cover it and steam it for the recommended time period. I'd recommend using the stovetop method if provided on the package so that you can keep everything in the same pan for minimal cleanup. While it's cooking, prep all the other ingredients, and then you can get the gnocchi aside on a baking sheet or plate to save for later. The gnocchi is going to be served with kind of a veggie marinara sauce. We'll saute some diced onions and Italian seasonings in olive oil first. If you don't have a seasoning blend, you can also just use some dried basil, thyme, oregano, parsley, whatever you have on hand. That's kind of what my mixture is right here. We're going to add some frozen peas for protein and fiber, and some frozen spinach for a lot of key nutrients like iron, calcium, vitamin C, vitamin K, and much more. Keeping frozen veggies on hand will save the day when it comes time to make a quick and healthy dinner. Keep a variety of different vegetables in the freezer, but avoid those that have added sauces or seasonings already. Just keep it plain and simple, the vegetable itself. So during your prep, just thaw the peas and the spinach, dice your onions, and measure out your seasonings. When you're thawing your vegetables, be sure to drain any excess water so that we don't make the dish too soupy. Now you can keep this vegetarian, or you can also add your choice of either ground turkey or ground chicken. This will add some extra protein and it doesn't add much time to the cooking process. To keep with the theme of quick and simple, you can use a store-bought marinara sauce. But many of the store-bought versions can have a lot of added sugar and be high in sodium, so be sure to check the nutrition label again. Don't be fooled by the marketing terms on the front of the package. Always check the back. Again, we're looking for 0 grams added sugar and as close to 140 milligrams or less of sodium. Tomatoes and that type of sauce is going to be naturally high in sodium, so look for where salt in the ingredients list falls. If it's really high up on the ingredient list, it means there's a lot of added salt. If it's pretty low on the ingredient list, they might not have added that much. Okay, so my gnocchi is done and I've arranged it on a baking sheet, trying to spread it out so they don't get stuck together. And then in the same skillet or saute pan that we cooked the gnocchi, we'll bring it back to a medium heat. Once it's hot, go ahead and add the olive oil to coat the pan. We'll just stir that around a little bit. And then we will add our diced onion and seasonings. This is also where you'll add your optional ground poultry, and then just use a spatula or spoon to crumble it so that it is in some smaller pieces, and cook that until it's no longer pink and reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees. It should be lightly browned, and then drain any excess fat as needed and bring it back to a medium-low heat. If you're not using turkey or chicken, then we're just gonna saute these onions for about 3 to 5 minutes until they're fragrant, softened, and translucent, and then we'll go ahead and reduce the heat to a medium-low. Okay, onions are looking good, and we've reduced the heat to a medium-low. So now we're going to add our frozen peas and our frozen spinach. And we're gonna put back in our gnocchi that's been cooked. We're just gonna toss this all around to make sure the ingredients are well incorporated and kind of bring them back to the same warming temperature. We'll stir that up. This is very green friendly here. And again, if you're using that ground turkey or chicken, this would be in the pan with everything else. Remember, we're keeping this simple, all in one pot. Now that I've stirred that up, we'll just go ahead and add our marinara sauce. It might bubble at first, that's okay. We're gonna let it simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes just to get all the flavors together. Now, if you are using that ground poultry, you can add a little bit more tomato sauce because there'll be some more substance in here, but we're just trying to coat all the ingredients evenly and let the flavors absorb with each other. And here's what about 20 minutes in one pot gave us for dinner tonight. A much healthier version of a frozen meal. Frozen meals might be convenient, but they are very high in fat, sodium, and added sugars. One frozen meal can have more than half of your recommended daily sodium intake. So this meal in itself is heart healthy and great for carbohydrate control. You can garnish this with some Parmesan cheese, fresh basil, or red pepper flakes. Again, pair it with some garlic toast or a side salad to make it a little more hearty if needed, but enjoy.